Picture a ship where Mickey Mouse himself seems to be waving from the bow, where chandeliers shimmer like something out of a fairy tale, and where grown adults find themselves smiling like kids again. That is the Disney magic in a nutshell, and after years sailing on just about every major cruise line out there, it still holds a special place in the hearts of seasoned cruisers. This is a ship that wears its identity on its sleeve, and somehow that is exactly what makes it work. The Disney Magic sails under the Disney Cruise Line banner, and it is the original ship that started the whole magical voyage for the company. While the line has grown bigger and shinier with newer vessels, the Magic still pulls in repeat guests who swear it has a certain charm the larger ships cannot quite match. It is a family-oriented ship through and through, but as you will soon find out, the adults are far from forgotten. Now, let us slow down and walk through the experience the way a real cruiser would, starting with the place you actually sleep, because anyone who has cruised before knows the stateroom can make or break the trip. So pour a coffee, settle in, and let us take a proper tour of what life on board the Disney Magic really looks like. The stateroom lineup on the Disney Magic follows a familiar structure that most cruisers will recognize, offering 4 main categories that cover just about every budget and travel style. At the entry level, there are the interior cabins, which give you a cozy, private space without an outside view. These are perfect for cruisers who treat the cabin as a place to sleep and shower, spending most of their waking hours out exploring the ship. Step up a level and you reach the ocean view staterooms, which add a window or porthole to let in natural light and a glimpse of the sea rolling by. There is something genuinely calming about waking up and seeing the horizon shift outside your window, especially on sea days. For families who want a bit more breathing room without breaking the bank, this is often the sweet spot. Next come the veranda or balcony staterooms, which add that coveted private outdoor space. Sipping morning coffee on your own balcony as the ship glides toward a new port is one of those cruising rituals that never gets old. Disney is well known for clever cabin design, including split bathrooms that make life much easier when families are getting ready at the same time. At the top of the ladder you will find the suites, which step things up considerably in space, comfort, and service. These tend to attract guests celebrating milestones or simply traveling in style, and they come with the kind of price tag that reflects that. To give you a real-world sense, on a recent 4-night Halloween sailing to Baja Mexico, interior cabins were starting around $980 per person, ocean view from $1,140, balcony from $1,428, and suites from $2,660 per person based on double occupancy. Disney also offers accessible cabin options and configurations geared toward larger families, recognizing that not every cruise party fits into a neat 2-person box. The Disney Cruise Line Navigator app rounds out the modern touches, letting guests plan their voyage, manage payments, and access onboard information from their phones. It is not the flashiest smart technology at sea, but it is genuinely useful, and it keeps the focus on the experience rather than the screen. When it comes to dining, the Disney Magic leans into what the line is famous for, which is rotational dining across themed restaurants. Guests typically move between several main dining rooms during their cruise, with the wait staff moving along with them, which is a small touch that creates a surprising amount of warmth by the end of a sailing. The Magic features Animator's Palette, Lumiere's, and Carioca's as its trio of imaginative main dining venues. Lumiere's is widely loved for its fine dining with a European flair, set inside an atmosphere of classic Disney elegance inspired by Beauty and the Beast. The room itself has that touch of old-world charm, the kind of place where you feel slightly fancier just walking in. On some sailings it even opens for breakfast, giving guests a quieter, more refined start to the day. Animator's Palette is the showstopper of the bunch and a favorite among first-time Disney cruisers. While the specific experience can vary, the venue is built around the theme of Disney animation, and there is a real sense of theater to the room. Carioca's brings its own flavor to the rotation, rounding out the trio with a distinct vibe and theme of its own. For the grown-ups who want a night without sticky fingers and sing-alongs, there is Palo, the upscale and romantic adults-only restaurant on board. It is the kind of place couples slip away to mid-cruise for a quieter, more sophisticated meal, often with a great view to match. It is worth booking early in your sailing because spots tend to fill up fast. Casual options are scattered across the ship as well, including cabanas for buffet-style meals, Pinocchio's Pizzeria for a quick slice when hunger strikes, and the Duck-In Diner for laid-back bites. There is also Rapunzel's Royal Table for a themed dining experience and Preludes for grabbing a snack before catching a show. For a coffee or quiet drink, spots like Cove Cafe give adults a peaceful corner to retreat into. Bar offerings spread out across multiple lounges, with venues like Fathoms and the Promenade Lounge providing places to settle in with a cocktail. The general dress code aboard tends to lean cruise casual for most locations at dinner, which means you can dress up if you want to, but you do not need a tuxedo to enjoy a great meal. Typical dining schedules run breakfast around 7:30 to 9:30 in the morning, lunch from noon to 2, and dinner in either an early seating around 5:45 or a late seating around 8:15, though these can vary by sailing. Moving up to the open decks, the Disney Magic has a pool layout that does a smart job of separating the splash and shriek crowd from the cruisers who want to relax in peace. Goofy's Pool serves as the lively family-focused main pool area where most of the daytime energy on sea days happens. Expect splashes, music, deck parties, and the unmistakable sound of kids having the time of their lives. For the grown-ups who want a quieter swim, Quiet Cove Pool is the dedicated retreat space. This is where you go to actually finish a chapter of your book without a beach ball landing in your lap. It is a small but valuable corner of the ship, and seasoned Disney cruisers know to head there during the busiest pool hours. Then come the showstoppers for the younger crowd. Aqualab is the water playground area, a splash zone designed for kids to run wild with water jets, sprays, and interactive features. It is the kind of place you can park yourself nearby with a drink and let the kids exhaust themselves for an hour or two, which is a parenting win on any cruise. The real attention grabber, though, is AquaDunk. This thrill slide is a signature attraction on the Disney Magic, and it has earned its reputation as one of the most exciting water features in the line. It is the kind of slide that gets braver cruisers lining up to try it, while the rest of us cheer from a safe distance with a frozen drink in hand. Sun decks around the ship offer plenty of spots to claim a lounger, from busy social areas to quieter nooks where you can lose yourself in the ocean view. Whirlpools dotted around the pool decks provide warm relaxation spots, especially welcome on cooler evenings or during Alaska sailings. It is a layout that has clearly been refined over the years to balance fun and calm in equal measure. When it comes to onboard activities, the Disney Magic offers a packed schedule from morning until late at night, and frankly, you would have to clone yourself to do everything. The Walt Disney Theater is the main showroom and the centerpiece of evening entertainment, hosting the kind of original stage productions Disney has become famous for at sea. These are not your standard cruise ship variety shows. They are full-scale productions with sharp costumes, strong vocals, and the kind of polish you would expect from the Disney name. The Buena Vista Theater serves as the secondary venue, often used for films, classic Disney showings, and other screenings. There is a real comfort in catching a movie at sea, especially when the rain is hammering down outside and you have nowhere you need to be. The D Lounge offers a family-friendly entertainment space where game shows, character interactions, and dance parties happen throughout the cruise. For grown-up nightlife, Fathoms provides a lounge-style venue where adults can enjoy live music, themed nights, and a more relaxed evening atmosphere. There is also the Promenade Lounge for a quieter cocktail and conversation, and the Vista Gallery for a touch of art appreciation between activities. Disney does a great job of layering daytime and nighttime programming, so there is always something pulling you out of your cabin. Sports fans and active cruisers can head to the wide world of Sports Deck, a dedicated open-air activity area for those who like to keep moving even on vacation. Whether it is a quick game, some fresh air workout, or just a competitive moment with the kids, it is a welcome addition to the ship. The dedicated fitness center covers your cardio and strength training needs if you prefer your workouts indoors. Throughout the day, the ship also runs character meet and greets, themed deck parties, trivia, and various special events. Halloween and holiday-themed cruises kick things up another notch with elaborate decorations and exclusive programming. There is a reason why so many Disney cruisers describe their first sailing as feeling like they stepped into a movie set. The wellness side of things is anchored by Senses Spa and Salon, the main spa facility on board. This is the kind of place where you can disappear for an afternoon and emerge a completely different person. Treatments tend to span the usual spa menu of massages, facials, body treatments, and salon services, all delivered in the calm, polished setting cruisers expect from a flagship spa. While the specific service menu can vary, spa facilities of this size typically include relaxation rooms, heated lounges, and thermal experiences that make for a perfect sea day escape. Even just booking a single massage can feel like a mini vacation within your vacation. Quiet Cove Pool nearby creates a natural adults-only wellness corner of the ship. The fitness center caters to those who want to keep moving, with cardio equipment, free weights, and machines to maintain a routine while at sea. Group fitness classes are commonly part of the offering on ships of this caliber, ranging from yoga to stretching sessions designed to start the day right. Many cruisers find that morning workouts paired with an ocean view are an unbeatable combination. There is also a dedicated wellness space for teens, often referred to as Chill Spa, which acknowledges that even younger guests appreciate a bit of pampering on vacation. It is a thoughtful touch that fits with Disney's broader approach of designing for every age group on board. Wellness on the Magic is not just about treatments, it is woven into the rhythm of how the ship invites you to slow down. When it comes to kids and teens programming, this is where Disney genuinely lives up to the reputation. The Disney Magic offers some of the most extensive youth facilities at sea, and they are not afterthoughts tucked into a side corner. Disney's Oceaneer Club is one of the cornerstone spaces, with themed rooms like Andy's Room offering immersive play environments where kids can lose themselves in imagination. Disney's Oceaneer Lab provides a different flavor, with creative spaces like Animator's Studio where kids can explore hands-on activities. Between the club and the lab, younger cruisers have a small empire of programming to keep them busy, and parents have a few precious hours of peace knowing the kids are in capable hands. The staff running these spaces are widely praised for their warmth and energy. It's a small world nursery handles the very youngest cruisers, offering supervised care so parents of toddlers and babies can actually enjoy a dinner out as a couple. This is a make-or-break feature for many families, and Disney executes it well. Even just having the option for a date night mid-cruise can transform the whole family vacation. Teens, meanwhile, have their own dedicated retreat called Vibe, a lounge-style space designed to feel like a hangout rather than a kids' club. This is where older kids actually want to spend their time, away from the chaos of the younger zones. There are also family activities like Royal Court Tea Party, which create those big shared memories families remember years later. The Disney Magic sails a varied roster of itineraries, including notable runs like a 7-night Alaska cruise that takes guests through stunning glacier scenery and Pacific Northwest ports. Alaska sailings on Disney are particularly popular with families looking to combine adventure with the comfort and entertainment Disney is known for. There is something special about watching whales breach from a balcony while Disney music drifts somewhere in the background. Another standout is the 4-night Halloween on the High Seas Baja Mexico cruise, which combines a short, fun-sized itinerary with one of Disney's signature seasonal experiences. Halloween on the high seas transforms the ship with themed decorations, costume parties, and special character appearances. Even adults without costumes get caught up in the festive spirit by night 2. Beyond these specific examples, Disney itineraries typically feature shore excursions that lean into the family-friendly side of cruising. Expect a mix of cultural tour, beach days, snorkeling outings, wildlife encounters, and active adventures depending on the destination. Disney excursions tend to be well-organized and reliable, which matters when you are traveling with kids and cannot afford a missed bus or a confusing meeting point. The ports themselves are worth visiting on their own merit, but the Disney brand adds an extra layer of polish to the whole shore experience. Whether you are wandering a historic town square, kayaking through a mangrove, or simply sinking your toes into warm sand, the operation flows smoothly from ship to shore and back. For first-time cruisers, this seamless quality is one of the easiest wins of choosing Disney. Now for the honest overall picture, because no ship is perfect. The Disney Magic strengths are exactly what you would expect. The themed dining is genuinely memorable, the entertainment is top tier, the kids' facilities are arguably the best at sea, and the service has that warm, attentive quality that keeps people coming back. The dedicated adult areas mean grown-ups are not stuck in a kid zone all week, which is a smarter design choice than people give it credit for. On the weaker side, the Disney Magic is one of the smaller and older ships in the Disney fleet, so cruisers expecting the size and modern wow factor of newer megaships may find it more modest. Pricing also tends to run higher than equivalent cabins on other lines, which is the Disney premium at work. You are paying for the brand and the consistency, and whether that is worth it depends on what you value most in a cruise. Some guests also note that if you are not into the Disney theme at all, the constant character presence may feel like a lot. But honestly, most cruisers who book this ship know exactly what they are signing up for and embrace the magic with both arms. The Disney Magic is what it is, and it is excellent at being that. The unique selling points of the Disney Magic come down to a few standout factors. The AquaDunk Thrill Slide and Aqualab Water Playground deliver signature splash experiences you simply will not find on most other lines. The themed rotational dining, especially the Beauty and the Beast-inspired Lumieres and the immersive Animator's palette, give meals a sense of theater that elevates the whole evening. The balance of family and adult spaces is another major selling point, with venues like D Lounge and Quiet Cove Pool sitting alongside Fathoms, Cove Cafe and Senses Spa and Salon. This means the ship works just as well for couples and solo adult cruisers as it does for families. And of course, the kids and teens programming, anchored by its A Small World Nursery, Oceaneer Club, Oceaneer Lab and Vibe, sets a standard the rest of the industry continues to chase. For groups looking at events or smaller-scale gatherings, the Disney Magic does offer venues that can host private functions, including its lounges and theaters. While the ship is not primarily marketed as a conference vessel, multi-generational family reunions, milestone celebrations, and group travel are well within its wheelhouse. Disney's organizational polish translates naturally to group experiences. What really sticks with people, though, are the guest experience highlights that show up in conversation long after the cruise ends. It is the way the dining staff remembers your kid's favorite drink by night 2. It is the surprise of bumping into a beloved character in a hallway at exactly the right moment. It is the wave from a crew member who genuinely seems happy to see you again at breakfast. It is finishing a meal at Lumiere's with that warm Beauty and the Beast atmosphere lingering, watching a curtain rise at the Walt Disney Theater, or hearing your kids talk about Oceaneer Lab 3 months later. The Disney Magic, for all its themed glitter, ultimately delivers something very human, which is the feeling of being looked